Hey guys, Josh here for Drum Set Confessional. Obviously, I don't know why I always say that. So I just read the story. Addiction takes a soulmate and a life. And first and foremost, I'll try to keep this brief. I want to extend the most sincere. Uh, I'm just so damn sorry, man. I had mentioned in a previous video, we just got word that a longtime friend of ours, somebody that was there in the very beginning of Coheed, just died from an overdose. And, this person was pretty close with Travis and Claudio and had years clean, had crawled out of this mud. It's a really frightening notion that people go back, but that's not what this video is about. But it's worth mentioning. It's just so frightening to somebody like me with a decade plus under their belt with no street drugs. It is so frightening that people go back, and it happens all the time. 10, 15, 20, 30 years clean. They go back. Hard to wrap my head around that. Very frightening. In terms of this, what can I really offer here? Other than it sounds like you did everything that you could. Your friend knew that he was loved. He wasn't cut out. Addicts self-isolate. We hide from anything good. Anybody wants to help, because help means, dragging you somewhere that you're not comfortable. You're not ready to stop, but you've got to stop. And I read in your story how, most addicts know they've got to get clean. Usually, addicts are fixing up for the last time. I used heroin for the last time about 400,000 times. Let me just get not sick, and then I'm going to make all this right. I've lied to these people, but I'm going to make this right. This went on for years and years and years. And you're still in there. The you that you like, that when you look in the mirror, the person that you like still lives in there. And you're going to make all this right. Except all of a sudden, it's been years. And there's so much wrong to make right. It's so overwhelming. You just want to go tuck yourself away in a corner. And not to be insensitive, you want to die. We're losing people at such breakneck pace. It's hard to kind of absorb the scope of this, and I'm truly sorry that you lost your friend. I hope you can be angry. You can be angry. Just don't get stuck there. Remember your friend for all the reasons that you love them, and really, I hope you find in the end sympathy for your friend who lost his life to a dark disease that robbed him of everything good in his life. And beyond the tried and true I'm sorry's and stuff, I wish there was more I could say. But every day there's thousands of people that are reeling from losing someone, parents that have lost their child, or brothers or friends. We're all in this fight together. Let this be another call to action to fight this thing. Because it's overwhelming. We're losing people every day. It's maddening. And I'm just so sorry. I think about this kid's father, and you mentioned how supportive the dad was. And of course he hates his dad. That's the other thing. People trying to do good, you hate them. I'm so lucky that my parents didn't kick me out of the house. They led with love, but I understood that they didn't accept what I was doing. And I would lie. And I was a really capable liar. I was a really good liar, but my dad knew. He just, they weren't going to throw me to the wolves out on the street, but I don't know what the right answer is. But I know it sounds like you did everything that I would have done if I were you. By not cutting them out, letting them know their love, even though your correspondence was few and far between, because addicts isolate. I'm just so damn sorry your friend is gone, and I hope that resonates. I hope you watch this. I am so sorry your friend is gone. I know for me, I'm blindsided sometimes with guilt, and just paralyzed by guilt. What could I have done? Could I have done something different? And if that's you, you did everything that you could. It's just a shame that your friend lost his fight with this disease. And it sounds like his dad did everything that he could. And now your best friend is gone and his son is gone. And that's the fight we're up against. And now, an old friend of ours is gone. And it's going to be more people. I don't mean to be callous, but I'm so damn used to hearing this. God, I don't want to be like, okay, so I don't mean this in a cold way. Wouldn't you rather have your friend here and he happens to take a Suboxone every morning? Junkies are the first people to be like, oh, that shit's awful. Now I'm just a slave to that. Okay, but there's a big difference. You take your Suboxone in the morning, you are blocked from dope. All of a sudden it opens up your brain to other things like, I don't know, getting dressed, leaving the house, maybe making some friends. And this stuff takes time. It doesn't happen week one. You start to become yourself again. You just happen to take a Suboxone in the morning. Suboxone is about keeping people alive and on earth and really taking it out of your hands. I was incapable of stopping using heroin. I do feel like a failure sometimes. You know how many friends I have that quit cold turkey and went into the program? I envy them. I'm envious of them. I wanted that with everything I had. Maybe I'm just a giant pussy. I know there's friends of mine out there. No, you're just a pussy. You didn't do it. Okay, maybe I am, but I needed some help. And I bet right now that kid's father and you would make that trade. That he's here on earth with us and he just happens to take a Suboxone. And I hate to so callously point this out, but that's part of the fight we're in here. And I want you guys to be clear on that. I take Suboxone every day. When I hear of junkies 20 years clean relapsing and not even just dying, just the fact that they relapsed, it scares the fuck out of me. And me and my family say, why not just stay on the Suboxone? Fine, I'm a slave to Suboxone. I'm also a slave to my blood pressure medicine. I'm a slave to my salt pills 3 times a day. I don't take Suboxone 3 times a day. I take it once a day. A lot of times I forget to take it. I wait till the next day to take it. I've never once taken it at night in my life. But this isn't like, I didn't mean to steer this into this pro Suboxone thing, but this is it. This is the fight. Would we rather have your friend here with us on earth, figuring out a way to make a life, or no way, I'm not going to be a slave to that stuff, that's just as bad, or they're on the street using drugs and overdosing, one would assume from fentanyl. However they took it, whether it was heroin, coke, crack, fentanyl's in everything now. I'm learning too. I didn't know that. I think I told the story of my friend who overdosed, died Thursday and Friday, was brought back to life 2 days in a row. In fact, right after my speech at Collin College, I get home to this long message from my good friend who said it was her brother, that he had died on Thursday. There was no rehabs for him. They slashed the funding and the budgets. There's no rehabs and detox is filled. There's a few beds in detox and they're all filled. They sent him home. The cops had taken his drugs. His pipe had rolled behind the toilet. There it was. He said, well, it killed me on Thursday, so now it's diluted. I'll be all right. Died again on Friday. And when I talked to him, I said, you promised me you weren't going to use heroin. He said, I didn't lie. It was crack. I said, crack has fentanyl in it? He's like, oh, bro, you can't even get crack from the 90s now. It all has fentanyl. And they love it. They want the fentanyl. That's another thing that I was not aware of. They want the fentanyl. Addicts want that high. I guess I didn't really know that. Fentanyl was around when I was using. We used to fentanyl lollipops, fentanyl, because I guess, for cancer patients that can't swallow pills, they'd make fentanyl lollipops and we'd walk around thinking we're cool with them in our mouths. But it wasn't this cheap powdered Chinese fentanyl that's coming over, and it's so cheap, it's in all the drugs. And it gets people fucked up and it's highly addictive. The dealers love it, except it's killing people. But sadly, just so you guys know, into the minds of addicts, when 10 junkies here become 9 junkies and one of them dies, those 9 junkies are trying to get that same dope. That's what they want. It was strong enough to kill them. That's what we want, which is a totally sick twisted way of thinking, but that's a little glimpse into the mind of an addict. But this is a really long video, and I would like to just end it by saying I am so deeply sorry you lost your friend. I don't mean to steer it towards Suboxone, but this is the fight. This is what I'm saying. I wish your friend was here and just happened to be on Suboxone. And I wish we'd stop pointing the finger and stigmatizing Suboxone when I'm living proof that it saves lives. It saved my life. I needed some help. I'm not ashamed of that. And nothing anybody can say can make me ashamed of that. So, you know, I have my detractors, believe me. And that's okay. Like, my version of a clean life doesn't have to line up with someone else's. I like myself. I like my life. These were things that I could never say when I was trapped in that dark place of heroin addiction. I'm so deeply sorry your friend lost his fight. I wish he was still here. And I don't know you or his dad, but my heart really aches for you guys. Sorry the video is so long. Talk soon. Later, guys.